Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kristen M. clinical psychologist and mom of three, and this is the Mom Degree, where we provide support and tools to help moms feel less crazy and more effective in their role as mom. Today I want to talk to you guys about the fact that this mom job is super freaking hard. It is the best job in the world. Seriously, like my kids are beyond the most best blessing in my life. You too, honey, but my kids are an amazing blessing. I feel like they are the overflow of God's love for me and something I didn't deserve and didn't even really expect on this journey. And they're awesome. I would never, ever change them being in my life. But you know what? God forgot to program mine with an off switch. I don't know. Maybe yours came with one, but mine didn't. And it's crazy. It's like 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You guys know this. You relate. It's hard. I want to acknowledge that. There are some days we feel it and we feel like, oh my God, we just can't make it until 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock or bedtime. Someone might die between now and then because it's just a crazy job. And then there's times we feel like it's awesome. We got that. And you know what? I don't know about you. Those are the days that I like take my kids out without shoes, not realizing it because I think I've got this. And I'm like patting myself on the back. I've got this. I've done this. And then I show up someplace and one of my children isn't wearing shoes. So this whole thing is hard. It's awesome, but it's hard. And I want to acknowledge that first and just say that that's real and that's okay. And then I want to share that this week I was actually sitting in a doctor's waiting room and I noticed the magazine right in front of me was a picture of a pop star. I'm not going to name who because this isn't about bashing people. There's a picture of the pop star on the cover. I don't follow these things, but I'm pretty sure this woman fairly recently broke up somebody else's marriage by sleeping with and getting pregnant by the husband. And that, that's okay. We're all living this life. It's hard. Again, this is not about critiquing her. But what amazed me is the headline of the article was her name and it said on life and love. Okay, so this is who we're turning to on advice on life and love. A woman who just recently accidentally got pregnant with somebody else's husband. Really? That's the best we can do for advice on doing this really hard, really awesome, really important thing called motherhood and parenthood? That kind of scares me a little bit. So I am here and I want to try to help speak to this and fill in this gap. I have my own experience as a mom of three. But I'm also a clinical psychologist, which means I went to college and then I did school for another 5 years because I'm kind of crazy, like full-time school for another 5 years to learn about how do we grow, how do we relate to other people, how do we do life well, parenting well, everything. I did that school for 5 years for that. And while there, I worked with clients. And then afterwards, I worked with clients in training for years before I could even get licensed in this field. So I've spent a lot of time studying how do we do this well? And you know what? That has made such a huge difference in my life. I love what I do. I love sitting in the room with clients and doing therapy. This is not therapy, but I love being able to take these tools to people and help figure out how to make them real in their life. But I've also found that sorry, I talk with my hands. I also found that they make me a better mom. They make me a saner person. My kids and I would be so much screwier if I'd had them 10 years ago before I did this degree. So I want to take some of that and I want to share it and try to bring it in such a way that it can help you. Maybe you're in therapy also. Maybe you'll go to therapy in the future. I hope so. I recommend it for all of us. But maybe you don't have time right now or you need extra tools on top of that. I'm hoping I can be a slightly better resource for that than the random pop star that's like really screwing it. So I'm hoping I can fill in. We joke about, right, that we need a degree for everything and a license for everything in classes. We need a degree or a license to drive a car, to sell houses, to be a psychologist, right? Everything in life we want to do, we need a license, except to have kids. We don't even have to plan that, right? And this is the best and the hardest thing, and we need to be together in it and we need to help. And I'm really hoping I can do that. I get excited. So anyways, enough said about that. So that's what I want to do here is I want to provide support. I want to provide tools. This isn't therapy, but we're going to be able to talk about self-care. We're going to be able to talk about parenting, discipline, relationships. I'd like to talk about weight and image of ourselves, and whatever else you guys want to talk about. I hope you'll share that with me too, so that this can be helpful for you guys. Today, we're going to start really simple. Sometimes these will be things that you know, and sometimes they will be things that you don't, but we're going to start really simple today. This is something you know, but we may not do it enough. So here's what I want you to do this week. I'm going to have a challenge every week, every video. So this is your mom challenge for today. I want you to set an alarm on your phone, and I want you, this can be first thing in the morning, middle of the day, and I don't care. Whatever works for you, you know your schedule. Set an alarm on your phone, and every time it goes off, I want you to basically call or text another mom. Tell them, hi, I'm thinking of you. Tell them you're great and you've got this. Tell them, hey, today sucks and this is why. Be honest about the fact that it's hard. Because for some reason, this is really hard, but sometimes we don't even have time to connect to other moms because we're just so crazy taking care of our own kids and our own lives. But sometimes even when we do, we don't talk about that it's hard. So connect with other moms this week. Affirm each other and acknowledge and talk about how it's hard in your life. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be long. Just be real. Once a day for the week. Okay? Again, you guys know how to do this, but do we make time for it every day to connect and be real with another mom in the midst of our crazy days? I struggle with that. I have to set a reminder on my phone to remember to do that. But I want you guys to do that this week. That is your challenge, to do that. There's going to be a space below this video. You can post comments. I'd love to hear about your experience as you move forward in the week, or if this scares the heck out of you. I know moms that they're like, no, I don't do other women. They scare me. Let's talk about that. Whatever you want, share with me your thoughts, your experience, your questions. If you're like, I just don't have anybody to text or call, then share that. And I'm sure there'll be a million of us that say, hey, let's talk right here and talk about how this is real in these comments. So set your alarm, do the challenge, share your thoughts and your comments and your questions. Also, subscribe to these videos so I can send you more tips and tools and thoughts, or like this video if you're on Facebook. And I think that is it. So much love and many blessings. Until next time on the Mom Degree.